Okay, hi everyone again. Um, so sorry, I'm trying to keep up with what chat is doing. Yeah, Discord issues, but yes, absolutely. Okay, so as many of you probably seen in the panel events as well, this will contain obviously some sensitive matters. So, like I've mentioned, it is totally fine if someone or anyone doesn't want to continue with it when I start getting into those matters. Um, and I'll try to get like a heads up into it, but just kind of the disclosure there. Okay. So when I was going through these panel ideas, there was so many rolling around, but I wanted to focus it on not only just something that I ponder every day, but possibly something that everyone, right? And I'm hoping that this might be something that others can relate to, maybe even give a little bit of insight. I also further want to disclose that this is strictly personal belief. This is what I see as things when I think about it, not to be confused with this way, this is how it is. Absolutely not. That's not what this is for. I'm simply giving my perspective of things, and maybe it can, at the very least, pique some curiosity, or especially um, if maybe someone sees these kind of topics in the same way, and obviously down the line, if further discussion was wanted, we could always go into that. So, God, I don't even know how to start this off. So I'm going to be diving into kind of like our spiritual makeup a little bit. The identifying features of an old soul, and then what you guys have probably seen in my actual uh, details, sorry, is what we take with us as opposed to what we leave behind. Your spiritual versus the emotional, right? Because they are completely separate. They all work and merge in tandem, and the very, very wicked, radical chain of events that goes between our spiritual and then the physical of this world as well. Um, and then God, it's been, was it 2 years? I didn't do a panel the year before because of all this stuff was happening. I wanted to do one, so I don't remember what really much of my first panel was like. It was probably as nuts as this one, and unhinged and a little or unorthodox. But that is, did I do one last year? I don't think I did. I thought I missed it because I was moving like this time. Well, just got done moving, but I know I did one my first year, like right as I joined the Spire. I was like, oh yeah, let's do it. Yes, yeah. Oh man, I did one in Spirit. Oh, Jack. Oh, Blue. All of you, literally all of you. Okay, you guys can't keep doing chat because I'm so easily distracted. I'm just gonna want to like talk and chat. Hey, I try. I try. Um, and what am I at? So for those who don't know me, and I don't even know how many's in the panel, that's probably good. I don't know spell rates. But for those who don't know me, my name is Syrinax. Mostly go by Seer. That's totally fine. I uh, kind of just became my little thing. And Akira, what's the 21? Why should it? Hmm. Questions arise already. So easy. Oh God. Okay. I get that. So I can't. There's too much good stuff happening in the chat. I'm like, oh, I have this. Okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. So we go by steer, and I sometimes say we because in the very beginning it was always like steer. I didn't know if Uh, exactly, and it keeps happening. It's a good problem. So, um, I used to say we because I used to see steer as, third person, still a part of me, but still learning in a way. And it was a lot learned over the past 3 years. So, and because of my awakening, it's something that has absolutely changed my life, just like it does anyone, right? And when I went through what I did, it's what truly let me finally not only rejoice with steer, but actually have oh, there it is. There it is. Wait, there. That's oh. See, no, no, damn it, no, 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 no. That's enough. One and done, no more. Then I really won't get to this. Okay. No, uh, it's also my fault because I just get so easily amused. Okay. So to put like this in the short because I don't want to speak too much on it. I think I did in my first one anyways. But in 2023, March of 23, that's when my awakening happened. It's when I had two counts of near-death experiences. And for years, like in my teenage years, early 20s, I drank a lot. I smoked weed all the time, and it was just like the normal like teenage mentality thing. Um, my first count of going to the hospital, almost dying, was because of an OD. I bought weed from someone I never bought from before, who I worked with, so I trusted them, and apparently it was laced, so that sent me to the hospital, almost dying. And then a month later, I tried to quit drinking alcohol cold turkey, which I've done in the past, which is why I was like, okay, I can do it one more time and really get it to stop. But I went into a seizure, and that itself almost killed me. So that was and those were all within a month. So the second time when it all happened is when I really took a step back to reevaluate, obviously, a lot of things, right? And for a minute, it wasn't like it was just in broad daylight. There was so much. I'm like, what am I? I've always been in this limbo. Just I'm here, but I don't. And I think a lot of us obviously can relate to that. Oh, hey, say la vie, we all. Oh, I'm trying to read. Absolutely, but it eventually struck me one day. It just the draconic walk of life, and I'll never forget when it happened because I started looking into like even like before my draconic path. I was like, okay, there's like a dragon religion in a way. It's like an old Chinese religion, but I was like, I want to be a part of any kind of structured thing. I don't want to be any of that. I just want to be on my own, right? Because that's how I always felt best, on my own, because I never fit in with. And ever since then, like Steer has been my night and day. He is. We are, what we are now because of what happened, and I wouldn't be able to be sharing these experiences or have experienced as much as I have, if not for the Spire and everyone here. It's good to have you all around and end up here. The community. Oh, you guys. Akira, and I'll say it every time. I don't care how much she says. Oh, you would have found your way here eventually. Be that as it may, I wouldn't have changed this because you literally took me and put me here. So I uh I thank you for that. There was a lot of curiosity, and I didn't know if I could and get a lot of the insight and questions answered that I did and still do. But like ever since then, draconity has been my thing. This is my entire life. I even have I even have steer tattooed on my arm. And an old runic language that actually Dragon reminded me of. And the second I saw it, I knew right away I had to get it done. The world can see who. Okay, so getting into the bulk of this, um, when it comes to what we live on a day, right, what we do, where we go, what awaits us, I think it's fair to say, um, the harsh dragon's probably like, oh, thank you. Um, and if anyone's curious, the my basically what's been my motto for a while, Malaktavi Turatir Unvukat Savante. It's Draconic translation to eternally claiming uncharted skies. Well, eternally claiming unknown skies to be exact. There wasn't a translation for uncharted for some reason. So it was like, all right, well, I can't just have one English part that's dumb. Thank you, thank you. It's all I do. I just want to explore and I want to get to see I want to see it all. Um, okay, that's where you're tagging. Yeah, that's where I come from. Okay, so one of the main questions I have, and I think a lot of us tend to have at points, is regarding past, right? It's regarding the spirit's age, regarding where we're gonna go, right? Because we all walk a very, very similar path, regardless if you're dragon or other kin. But as similar as we are, not one of us is the same, right? We are all our own type of energy, is the way I see it. We can relate on so many different things, and you'll even find some that, some either dragons or kin that you are absolutely so familiar with that you just connect on everything. There's just a fall. And there's a dragon who is the dark who goes about the night. Commonly writes all the text. Uh, yeah, my existence is very erratic. I've very yeah, I guess conflicting, not in a bad way, but very very different like person between like goofball moments. Like, um, perfectly in balance. I think my balance is a little off kilter. Um, so when we're in this kind of state where we're tethered here, right? We're in this physical realm where we have questions. We have these, almost these premonitions, right? Where we can think about what's to come or where we've been. It's so many things that absolutely just, excavates the mind, if you will. And there's a lot of times where I'll sit and think to myself because sometimes all you can do is think, which is also something that can be very dangerous, right? You get too caught up in your own thoughts and then you're in a completely different room. One thing about what I believe with spirits themselves is that they do age and they go. I personally don't know if there is much of a past life to me. I know some people or some dragons, some kin, right? They have even like a gift to see a little bit, or at least have pretty vivid memories of it. And my connection has always been strictly physical, or I guess it is spiritual, but I feel it like full body. Right? I've never had the luxury to see it in my dreams or even, manifest it just visually anyway. But that's not to say that there isn't past history. When you think about these things, you start to think about the possibility of what that old soul, well, me, right? When I was a kid, for years and years, like, and I never understood it especially when I was younger. As I got older, I guess it made sense in like as far as what people were trying to tell me. And it's one thing if it's like your parents saying it, parents, but it was like folks that were, my parents' age or just folks that I've just met, and I would get told, you have this older soul, you're beyond your years, type of thing. And I thought it was just like a form of endearment, which I mean it is, but I never truly understood what the actual knowledge behind it meant. In the old soul itself, it's something that truly has experienced life before. And even if you don't recall what life that was, you still take forward with you your experience. You take forward with you your. You may not be able to physically see them in your mind because this body is completely separate from that realm. We are the soul that owns the body. And that's one of the most that's one of the hardest things to wrap one's mind around because you want to know and you feel like you know, but you don't. But when you go through this life and you experience things that you think are new, but you somehow have an instinct for it already, like this preliminary, knowledge of it. I mean, there is obviously just straight up intellect. You can obviously be a very wise being just in general, but there's no denying when it's something so new, something you're absolutely unakin to, that you may have actually had an experience similar to in a world before or a life before or even simultaneously something. There's so many different routes it can go. And then when that form of that previous life does eventually pass, it's going to need to move on. But it's not going to take everything with it. You're not going to bring forward everything you once passed because I think it would be a little bit of an overload on this form. We need to learn what we need to in this life. Oh my gosh, I've been missing chat. Everything to deal with. Absolutely. Absolutely. We can share at the very, very core of it, we can share that. But I don't like that word. It's not a life happening next to mine. It's the same life. I just change body and world. That's exactly. And that's just it. It's you separate yourself from what this temporary physical is. And the more you can get in tune with it, and it's different for everyone, right? Not everyone's going to have the same experience. It's going to be some get that visual, some get strictly feeling, some might even hear as far as, who or what you reach out to or who is guiding you or is flying with you. I like to think there is one dragon who flies with us, especially when we're out and about, like doing our drives in our own state of mind, all sorts of things. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. And the whole soul passing thing, why I wanted to also go over it is because that's one thing I know everyone, at least at one point in their life, it's something that it's it's something that everyone experiences at one point. Okay, this was going fast. It's just an art slideshow. Sorry. Yeah, look at me. No, it's all I had, and I wanted to put some. Um, let's see. I'm glad I wrote this down because I would have not been. I kind of wrote it out of order, which is not helpful. That's great. Okay. Anyways, now one of the other things that, oh, thank you, with what we do and everything that we do in this life, and everything that we learn, everyone that we know, everyone that we loved, everyone that's been a part of our life. One of, and this is my heads up to everyone. This is obviously where it's going to get a little bit touchy, little bit sensitive. So again, I'm not at all sad or offended if you have to leave at this rate. That part, right? Um, one of my questions I've always asked myself, on top of every other question out there, is, what really goes with us when this form passes, right? What actually stays? What actually? Because of this is when we go, there's an understanding where you have to leave some things behind, right? And that can go for a lot of things. Go for, again, this personal belief. The reason why I believe it is because it's what makes the most sense in relation to who and everyone has a time and place. Everyone's got different places to be. And I personally think that when we go, we, at least I have to be understanding of the fact that I might not see anyone again. And that goes for people I've known my entire life. This goes for, my closest family or friends because we simply are different. You know, when it comes to things like that, it's hard to digest because this is all you know, at least for now, right? This is all we've been able to know. Like who we are physically here, who we've met, who we kept, who we've let go of, who we keep close to us now, especially in this community. Like I value every single one of you, but there are a couple in here that I couldn't be who I am without, and there's some connections there that are absolutely hard to ignore. And, it's pretty intense. It is amazing who you can meet and who you share a lot of these types of things. Especially as time goes on, you just kind of learn it. But when we, or at least, again, I have to keep prefacing this, this is just my thoughts. When we go, and you've made that peace with not only passing itself, but letting go, you allow yourself to fully detach and move forward as you need to. And when you do, you will most likely take forward with you the same and the experiences that form part. And you may even remember, but it's gonna be like just like last, all pass forward here. Same thing's gonna happen, and who's to say what you take and what you don't, or if anything at all. But that's one of the reasons why I've had to honestly train myself how to love, but not become. And that on its own is the hard part. Because, I mean, it's hard to love. It's hard to not let yourself grow into it more, especially if it's someone who cares. You can love, but you can't be attached because when we go, we just take forward our memory of it. We take away experiences that shaped us, and the emotion stays. We'll remember what the emotion is. When we feel anything, when we feel glee, when we feel with love comes loss, that's right. And, we know what the feelings are. Happy, when we're sad, when we're conflicted, when we're angry, when we're absolutely just grieving on something. It's all something we're aware of, but it's an emotion that they're all emotions that come from within, and they can be amplified by spiritual element, of course, but we don't take emotions with us. we take the memory of them with us, and we take what we learned from it with us. That's and maybe in the end it's not especially important who we love. Exactly. That's it. Just make kind of your peace here, do everything that you can do, and then when you move forward, you could have, you did everything you could. Because that's my whole thing, man. I try to just do what I can for everyone, even if it's something minimal. Like if I can leave a smile on someone's face, if I can make them laugh, if I can just let them avoid knowing what that feeling is of being in those dark places, I've done it. That's all I. And it gets that's where it starts to get rough when you don't want to necessarily attach because for me especially it's easy. I can attach myself very easily. And that's not to say, I don't know if I already said this, but it's not to say that I don't fully love or fully commit anything, but for protection of myself and the other, whoever that may be, I have to just make sure I keep my guard up. So my spirit, and I am missing everything in the chat. What is happening? Someone quick, in short, what happened? I missed it. Do it again. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, we love every single one of you. All you amazing dragons. Oh yeah. Rawr. Same would go. Same would go for any of you. Like I wouldn't be here without you all basically. And I'll forever hope. Let me see where I left off here. And that's so the way I wanted to kind of tie this together. This, I guess I went through this a little quicker than I thought I was going to. It's synonymous to everything going on in chat right now with all the tea work. Even with these ideas, at least that um, these ideas of what it means to not attach and to be ready to move forward. That's one of the things I've had to be most comfortable with, especially is, and it's different for everyone because death is the unknown, right? At this point in this realm, we only know what it is to be alive. So, death itself is naturally, but it shouldn't because that's the natural process. And it varies for everyone. Some, obviously, like with most, you know, humans in the world, they go and they either go to heaven, they go to a different place, and all this, and some believe that when you die, you're dead and you're in the ground. I not the biggest fan of that one, but it's something that many believe in, and that's completely to their respect. If that's what they believe, that's what they believe. But I 100% follow the spiritual path where we've possibly been around before, and we are just here temporarily. And we have to be just okay with the thought that yeah, I could, like me personally, like I could die and I'd be okay because I've been able to make my peace not only with it, but I've finally found after almost 30 years of existing. Right? So it's a very it was it's a lot to take in, which is why I always want to make sure everyone here knows how much I value every single one because when it comes to bringing forward memories, or at least bringing forward experiences, I do think that there will be times that some of us will meet one more, right? Because I can think of a few right offhand where we there's a strong possibility, and there is one where I think it's very much like going to be the case because of the structural background and possible similar origin that we share. And when you find these connections with whoever it is, too, whether you find this connection with that being or with multiple beings, and if you can maintain that, and it's something that you don't have to force, right? Not something you have to force, it's just, I think, when the times align again, because it won't happen right away, obviously, each passing is differently timed than the other, but sands of time itself will align to where you meet that dragon or that kin again when it sees it necessary. And that's why I want to really make sure that I do everything I can while I'm here and learn as much as I can as well, because I've joined God, I'm in I think like four different servers. He's a first guy. Um I've joined and a Ouija. We'll stop. Wait. Um shit. Oh. So I'm in like four different servers. I don't know. Same. That's what I'm saying. Like for for what it's worth, absolutely think, because Jackie, you and I share, I think, more than we know, which is very. It's been on my mind quite a bit, like how relative our origins possibly. Death isn't an ending. Is exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's intimidating because we don't know, at least in this stage, and it's something that's natural. Yeah, everyone's gonna, or at least for the most part, everyone's gonna have some sort of fear of it, but it is just the next phase, right? But anyway, I was getting off subject. I'm in like four different other chat or servers. I think some of you are in there with. I can't talk. Sorry. I'm in the otherkin.net one, which is where Akir found me and brought me in. Valley of Dragons. Okay, so much from 2023. Dragon's Cove, and there's another one. I think it got pushed down the list. But when I went into these servers, like they were nice, they were cool, they were fun, they were very 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 warm and inviting, but they weren't quite like the Spire. The Spire is very unique in its own way, to where everyone here can basically, it can feel like a home, right? It can feel like a place, like a word. What's the word I'm looking for? Refuge, I guess. I don't know if that's necessary. Oh, thank you. This is one of my oldest ones that I've done. I did this 2.5, maybe 3 years ago. Um, but these other nests, these other servers, they just didn't have that exact same feel as this Spire. I just not to like put them under bad light or anything, but just didn't feel the same. So I quickly came back. Trying to see what's going on. Can't remember what's been said, what's not. dying did that, can't recommend. Yeah, I mean, not, it's never ideal, at least for the most part, but it happens. But yeah, that's the thing about why I love this so much, because you can truly kind of delve into a lot of these different types of feelings and a lot of these different questions. Like, there's so many different nests where you can discuss these types, and getting everyone's input on it, getting everyone's view on their own is pretty rare to say the least. Um, and that's something I don't like go off. And oh my gosh, this is hard. When I see discussions, especially with like draconic dreams and people saying that they can uh, see so many different things in their dreams, as far as like their self and a reflection, or seeing light and seeing all these amazing things, I get so envious because I've had a couple. I've had a few, but very sporadic, and some of them a little bit shorter than I would have wanted, obviously. But I think one of them that sticks out to me the most is it was a very short dream. I think I've mentioned it, if I'm not mistaken, even the God, it was like 3. It was a very short dream. Fell asleep on my back, which I don't really do. I like sleeping on my side. But I fell asleep and I saw, why is Monster House here? What is happening? The deep talk. Oh, that's what I was hoping for. I wanted to kind of expound on something that may not be discussed. So I'm not why I'm kind of going. I But this dream I had, I keep getting distracted. There was a oh, Zephyrin was that you? Okay, that's such a good guess. Um, it was completely dark, and then this leather book just kind of appeared into frame, and in blue across it, it just said, okay. Didn't say anything else, didn't nothing like that. It was just simply that. And the way I describe, or the way I do describe my awakening is it's not a new chapter, right? The entire book of what I was before is closed, done, it's gone, right? This entire new book of my life is strictly from here. And I think that's also why I bought this journal that I write in a lot. There's a lot of very deep things I've written in here, and a lot of and now my panel layout is also in here. Oh, yeah. And look, there's the Trekkie. I try to get everyone in here. I don't know if I got all of them. I know the Kiro's in here too. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Hold on. Let me just catch up. Uh, oh, thank you. Oh, she is beautiful. Much like a Kira. This one was Jackie, you were probably the hardest one to draw because I don't know why. I think it's because I've never drawn this specific pose before, and your the backlegs were absolutely like the hardest thing to get down. But I hope it came out good. Ay, ay. And Draconic. Dude, I'm saying, man, like that. Okay, so I don't remember if this. Oh, that's old. Oh God, that's old. I don't know if I've ever shown this. as a bold aspect. It was like my first attempt at cinder drawing. It was it still came out okay. Not perfect, but it was, oh my god, scam likely go away. So I can call right. And the youngster. There he is. Okay. I knew Hims was in here. That was an old one too. This that's really cute. Oh my god, my dyslexia can't keep up. Oh, yeah. This is like the closest visual description. I was hoping I could get as close as I could. I was like, I don't want to disappoint. And the same goes for everyone I've drawn. Hero especially, because Him's a little bit bigger, but hatchlings here. Yes. Young me, very young, sporadic, off the balls. Just me. That's what I do. In the hero. I think he was actually the first one I drew with successfully with like the legs looking the way they are because I was and then this took ages to complete, but this one's one of my favorites in my pen for like Xbox, YouTube, small scale. Yeah, this um I think this one I still, oh yeah, we've also, okay. I wanted to, so this one took absolutely the longest to make because the largest piece I've ever done was actually Dreki. First takes up 2 days, and I thought that was like kind of and then I was like, I need steer on this giant portrait, right? Just need him to basically encompass my entire, because now he does. Uh, this one was definitely dear art. Oh, don't tempt me now. I'm gonna want to make more, and then my I have no room though, so I can't. Well, do that. But thank you. I I let the heart out when I try to draw some stuff. I like to let it be heard and seen, and then we come full circle. So yeah, with like 14, 13 minutes to spare, this artist took, oh, thank you. Oh, dude, it's actually not done yet, to be honest, because I have to do everything again in color, but on digital, so I can do a backdrop, do all sorts of other things to it, and yeah, it'll get there. I'll try. Hey, it takes time. It takes, yeah, do it for sure, but it's going to. Dude, I'm a mechanic. There's no such thing as resting my arms. I have to always be using them. I'm like doing mechanic yoga, trying to get my evap system taken apart, and it hurts my everything. But yeah, so with everything I've discussed, I know a lot of it was rambling, but I hope some of it, at the very least, piques some curiosity. But I also am hoping that there may be some relation to this, like maybe some feel this way as well, as far as having a spirit that's come from elsewhere and now we're here. When we move on, we do let go of a lot of who we've met and who we've known, who we've loved, but being okay with letting that go because where the path splits, right? That's where we differ from the rest. And less being, just like this world, this physical world itself. And to those we keep near and dear who are on a similar path, I truly think that we will meet up, is the thing. And I just am curious if there's others who feel that way. And if so, and if you're curious or just want to maybe talk about it too, because I'm always open to it, I would absolutely to just delve into it more because it's something that fascinates me as well. I'm always open to messages and everything, so we can always talk about it too. And I have VR chat now, so we can talk in VR chat. I have I have a steer avatar thanks to the blue. I had no assistance in making it except for, oh, it's that color. Oh, that's the color. Maybe that shade of that. So it's all the blue that helped me make it. So um, yes, I cannot wait to see everyone. Yes, my spade is quite luminous, and my tongue too, which is actually kind of fascinating. Thank you, Steer. These kind of panels are sharing who we are, how we got here, and remind us of what matters. This is why the summit exists, why the Dragonkin community exists, and you have just added that. That's a big way. Oh, that's all I want to do. If I can contribute, if I can add to it, I can. Uh, I'm happy if I can. That's the very uh, cy- uh, cycle pump. Okay, and something I've noticed they all have in common is they're terrifying to the living, but comforting to the dying. Dead. Feel like a big part of their job, if you want to call it, is ready. That is readying, leading. Oh my god, I keep scrolling up. Hold on. Exactly. You know, the important core key things you'll take with you, but a lot of, what would be, I guess you can call material, not to, diminish anything or anyone, but it gets left. You've contributed. Oh, the ace of the ace of tails, babe. Hey, the ace of icy tail. But no, thank you all for joining and just hearing me ramble. My rambling knows no bounds, and I tried to have it a little bit more organized than my first year because it was just a whole like introduction. It wasn't much to it. It was just like, this is me. What's up? I'm here. I've been here for like 2 weeks. Oh, thank you. But yeah, no, honestly though, if anyone would like to just kind of further discuss some of these topics or just anything, it could be anything. You know me, I just do my thing. You're always welcome to message me and all that good stuff because I love all of you guys. Oh wait, let me see if I can get it. Spin. Uh, okay. Gotta be very careful on what folder I pick here. I don't open one I shouldn't. Uh, not the homework folder. God, you guys don't want to see what I study. That's bold. There's been. Hey, this is why I keep everything in folders because if I just had it lying out and about, that would be yeah, that'd be nice. So yes, thank you all. Perfect analytic to really bring it together. Oh Lord. Well, what happened? Greetings, I am Syrinax, everyone. Affected talk file steer. Absolutely just bamboozled with emotions, as always. But I couldn't have done it without it. Yeah. Why is the stream loading? Is it loading? Because my internet's probably garbage. I can stop it. What's going on? But yeah, I'll stop here. I don't know if anyone wants to put any last minute things in or just a quick something. I don't know. Yes, Blue. There's your answer. That's exactly it. I don't think my spin helps many components. All the cards. You never ever apologize. This is true. Especially if it's car questions. I will go to the moon to answer any car related question. That's my thing. I've rebuilt my Cinder from the wheels up, like out of pure love, and yes, there it is. That's what I wanted to see. I've like anything to do with it. If you're just like, man, I don't know, and a shop sucks because they're dumb expensive, you can always ask me. I'll try my best to help. So never be sorry for cards or any questions for that matter, silly. Loading indicator account looks like I am everywhere. That's the truth. It's not. The amount of help she has given me in the money saved isn't an insight. Oh no. I'm just happy. I'm just happy I can do it. Cat's gone. This is when Florida gets hurricanes, this is essential. So I've tried to find a way to name time to start. Oh god. There's only one permittable entry, and it's I'll let you all take a stab at what it is. That cat is gone. That's so sad. I hope that's not. Oh man, it's hard to tell these days, but yeah, him's gone. Him's found a new way. Church of the Speen. Oh my, y'all are too good. I love every one of you. But yeah, I guess I will end it here. I don't really have much else to say. I mean, I always have everything to say, but I just am going to stop before I keep going. So, yeah, thank you. Alrighty, y'all. I'll see you in future panels. I'm gonna try to get to a few, but thank you. Have an amazing rest of your day, maybe filled with wing hugs and warm loves. Bye.